If you're looking for a backpack that blends tactical capability and everyday discretion, the Viktos Counteract 27 might be the bag for you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Mira Safety. Today we're doing another product review, an honest review, really just from a top down of a brand new product. We're trying to break into some new ground here, reviewing more things that you guys find useful that will help you with your everyday preparedness. And yeah, let's get into it. Here we have the Viktos Counteract 27, the new bag from Viktos. Our friends over there, veteran-owned company, make some great products. And today we're reviewing the newest one here. Right now we're looking at about 27-liter bag, so about 3 days worth of carry items in here. It's got a great exterior. I really like the look of it. It's made to be discreet, low profile, something you can walk around every day with at the mall, whether you're out and about. It's made to really not shout, hey, I have a gun in the bag, like we've seen with a bunch of other tactical backpacks. No shame against them, but sometimes you gotta be a little more discreet than that. So what I really like about the bag thus far is the tough hide. It's weatherproof and stain resistant. If you're like me and you go to the gun range a lot and your cleaning equipment, your oils always kind of spill out of the bag as you're moving and shuffling around, you know your backpacks can get stained up pretty quick, but this actually does an excellent job of resisting that, and it's got a very, very durable material. If you're out hiking or moving out in the woods through the brush, getting snagged or caught on thorn bushes, things of that nature. We've all seen that moment where you hear that terrible shh in the bag tears, you got contents falling out everywhere. I don't really have much worry about this bag. The material seems pretty robust, pretty thick. It's got the nice tab zippers here that are easy to pull. The exterior is pretty clean. Personally, I like the look. Overall, I would give it I don't know, we're giving numbers on it, maybe an 8 out of 10 for looks here. I can see myself walking down the street with this and really not drawing any attention to myself. They position it as more of a gray man bag. If you're not familiar with what a gray man is, essentially it's someone who's operating without the official title on, without the flag and patches, the body armor, all that jazz. You're really trying to blend in with your surroundings. And I think this does a great job of just that. It's big enough to carry a lot of things, and yeah, overall, I enjoy the outside look. So starting with what we have on the outside for the Viktos Counteract 27 here, we have this first top pouch here. What I like about this, it's made for sunglasses. You can put your cans in here, your suppressors. It's got soft material on the inside. A lot of times I've seen bags that I've used has the more nylon. It tends to scratch up the lenses on some of your gear over time. What I really appreciate here is how it's a very soft pouch made to keep the more sensitive items a bit more polished as you go throughout the use of your day and kind of walking through everything there. Front pouch here really is just outside access to the inside pouch of the bag. You have the main clamshell zippers here, and this will allow you just to kind of reach in and get those materials out pretty quick. I personally am a bigger fan of when it zips all the way down just because it folds out. So when we want to move quick, I like having a bit faster access, but this will get the job done. Nothing wrong with it. Next up, we have the water bottle holder right here. So if you guys are on the go, obviously you need to carry your water bottles wherever you go. This is always a great option. Just zips up, pretty straightforward, nothing special there. Next up, we have the back zipper here. Right here, this is made so that you can attach any of their Velcro points here, as well as holding really anything else you need to toss in here. It could be sunglasses, could be cleaning kits. Another great feature that I like, all these pouches here, you can put spare magazines, knives if you need them, tourniquets, small travel-size med kits. These all go great. And you have several options to really slot everything into. I think that's a pretty big benefit. And if it was me personally, I would utilize these all the time. I personally have a 9, and so I would do magazines, I would do knife, I would do first aid, sunglasses, a number of things. So really, really useful. And again, I love the fact that you can attach more of their quick dismount pouches here and kind of orient them whatever way you would want. So I think that's a big benefit. I really, really like it. And it's a bit small, kind of shorter here. You run into a hard shell on the bottom, but there's not much that it won't hold so long as you're conscious of how much you're throwing in here. The spacing is good enough for pretty much anything you need that's going to fit in that compartment. So well done there. Next up, we have the primary feature that these bags are used for, and of course that is the concealed carry compartment on the back. So here, what I really, really enjoy about the Viktos Counteract is the outright insert. So as you can see here, when you're opening up here, you have your Velcro strap. This is so that the firearm can slot in this way, and then you have this little nylon bungee here that slips around the back of the gun, so that way it can stay secure as you're moving around. It's not just gonna jostle back and forth as you're walking, or you're putting it down, tipping it left, tipping it right. I really, really appreciate that. And the key feature that I really enjoy is actually this outright tab here. So this is very sticky, so super secure, but you can actually trade these out. If you go onto the Viktos website, you can buy more of these for around 30, 35 bucks. And what they're normally used for is if you don't want to swap out your gear entirely, you can actually preset a lot of your pistol, your mags, whatever loadout you like. And instead of having to swap out every time, you just take your new tray with the kit that you have, or the new kit that you want, and drop it right in the bag and you're good to go. So really like this feature. I think it's clean, I think it's smart. And it definitely solves the problem of having to switch your kit out all the time. You can have compact pistols all the way up to full size, which I personally prefer. I'm not a big fan of subcompacts. I rather prefer the full size pistols, 4-inch, 4.5 inch. You can find ways to conceal them. They're not the most comfortable thing, but the fact that this can hold them is a big, big benefit. So you have your gun here, and you have a spare magazine, tourniquet, whatever you'd like in the side pouch. And the way it works is fairly simple. You simply take your pistol, you're gonna Velcro it in. You'll take the Velcro strap, pop it in just like that. You'll see it kind of wiggling back and forth. That is what this little nylon strap is for. This actually pulls out, goes around the back of the gun, and then tabs down just like so. So that way the gun can't move around too much. And the idea is that, of course, this is facing your back so no one can get to it from the outside, but you also have the quick entrance from the left side, or same thing for the right-hand side, which is very thoughtful. I am a left-handed shooter and the gun world hates me, so people who make left-handed shooting equipment, thank you, you have my heart. So in practice, I like the idea, like it a lot. So if you're actually gonna put the bag on, the idea is you would have quick access. So for me, again, I'm a lefty. I would swing out, pull the bag around to the front, unzip, and then you would reach in, get a good purchase high up on that grip. And then the idea is to pull the pistol out. Now here's where I have a little bit of issue. I can't actually pull it out very easily. I'm pulling pretty hard here. I'm not trying to break the Velcro. And the reason for that, and again, you can kind of see the strain I'm getting. The pistol's actually not coming out. It's good for security, but it's not good if you're under duress and you're trying to move fast, trying to get on target. The reason being, this bungee cable actually doesn't really come off very well. It's very strong, which is, great for that. But as I'm pulling, it doesn't disengage very well. So if I'm in a high stress scenario and I'm trying to tug on this and I can't get my finger down to pop the tab off, it's a great way to add a couple seconds to your draw. And as you guys know, in self-defense scenarios, every millisecond matters, so the slower you go, the worse it is. One solution that we found to this is that you can actually have a Kydex holster that has Velcro on the back side, and that will allow you to just have the pistol ready, sitting in your holster like you regularly would, and so when the time comes, you can actually just pull the holster, or pull the pistol straight out of the holster. It's very, very grippy, so no worries about the holster getting pulled out as you're moving through and trying to get it hold of that gun. It'll hold right where it is. I think that's a better solution. Kydex holster, Velcro on the backside, sticks right on. I think that's a bit better. Again, I like the strap for security, but in terms of speed and deployment, I think it's a bit too tough, and I think it could really hinder some folks when time matters. So that's my opinion there. But again, if you find another alternative solution, maybe some homegrown method that you come up with, you could find another workaround. But yeah, great for securing it in place, not great for high speed, but that's just my opinion there. So this bag comes already with the outright panel that is detachable, and you can replace these. And also we have two hooky holsters here, one for your magazine and another for your pistol of choice. So again, we just want to go over some of the functionality here. When you have the backpack on, the way this works best is, let's say you see a threat, you really need to train. Training is everything. You can practice all you want at home, and that's great and good, but also train under duress. Run for a little bit, do a 100-meter sprint, and then try and handle the draw. It makes a big difference. So when in reality, you're gonna wanna pull this off here. The way it's gonna function is then you're gonna zip towards yourself, not away from yourself. Again, that's all part of the training. And again, keeping your eye on target as you're doing so. So you're gonna have to kind of feel around for that nylon strap to pop it off with your thumb. I just disengaged it. Then you can pull and then kind of come together here, get a high purchase, and then present, and you'll be good to go from that point. But the idea, again, is training. You really want to make sure that you practice the draw coming out of the bag and then presenting while keeping your eye on target the entire time. So really, you're probably gonna have to do this a couple hundred times if you wanna become proficient at it, to make sure that you're ready to watch the threat as you're drawing from the bag. Because again, threats don't stand still, they tend to move around. So you wanna make sure you have eyes on what's happening as you're getting ready to engage with the threat. So one thing I really appreciate about this bag here is actually the mesh here for the shoulder pads, as well as the straps that go over the top of your shoulders. When you're walking around, we've all been walking with bags on in the heat, it's summer, it's spring, it's whatever. And after time, you just get sweaty. This is made for a commuter bag, so it's not quite a full range bag, not quite a tiny laptop briefcase. It's kind of sitting in the middle, so you're supposed to have this on as you go throughout the day. And having this extra airflow in here, the extra comfort, really keeps it dry, keeps it nice. Again, comfort isn't always the goal for these kind of things, but it does go a long way. If your concealed carry gear isn't comfortable, chances of you wearing it over time really kind of drop off. So I appreciate the thought, and it really is helpful if you're sweaty like me. I like it. One of the things you ask whenever you see a bag like this with a slightly longer body is, what other guns can I fit in here? Because it may be good for just pistols and full size on advertising on the website, but we have other guns and we want to know if we can carry them. So here I have a PSA Jackal. Great gun in my opinion, I really like them. Fold it over in here. If you tilt it up, you can see it does in fact fit inside the bag. So lay it down here, flipped over, and really no problem. You don't gotta jostle or maneuver anything. Everything fits in pretty cleanly and zips up without a hitch. So in short answer, yes, if you have an SBR, if you've taken apart your rifle with the upper and the lower, you can in fact fit it inside this bag. Being able to take apart a rifle and throw it in a bag is always beneficial, especially when it's smaller like this. So I personally really like that. I think that is well done on their part. As you saw, it just fit one SBR. Now the question is, since it fitted so easily, why not try two? So, all right, so we have the Jackal in, and next up we have the Smith & Wesson. We're gonna see if we can fit both of these in here. Now, it does have a soft body in the front, so it would be great if there was some straps to hold it in, but it's not designed for that, so can't knock them, but let's give it a run. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're gonna give it a run. Just trying to flip it and put optic side this way, and flip it like this. This may be more trouble than it's worth, but why not? Oh, wait a second. I think we might have figured it out. Can we do it? Move Leopold. As you can see, we now have two SBRs inside the bag. So a bit heavy. I'm not sure how these straps here would hold up over time with this much weight in it, including other kit, but it does in fact fit, which for me, that's pretty impressive. Now again, it's a soft body, not a hard shell in the front, so the jostling of this much weight may not be what it's designed for, and over time may wear and tear, but the stitching is actually very durable. So I think, hey, another win for Viktos. All right, now to talk about what everyone's worried about, especially people like me, which is how much does it cost? So you can get this for a price of $195 listed on their website. Again, it's a bit of a premium, but the quality that you're getting is actually very, very high. And as you can see, you can fit two SBRs in there. So I personally think it's worth it. It is a bit on the higher end. Some pros and cons for the bag. Pros, I think the outside material is very durable. It's low profile. And while there's no molly on the outside, again, this is a gun made for the gray man. So you really don't want to scream, hey, I have a gun in this bag. I think in terms of that, it is very, very successful. I think the biggest con, in my opinion, is kind of tied right there in with the pro. This is a great system. I love the left hand and right hand access. And this is really great. I think it's robust, it's durable. The outright whole tab here is a really great idea. The hooky holsters are super solid. This bungee cable, I think, could use a bit of a rework. Again, I think in high stress scenarios when you're really trying to pull that pistol out, it's so strong and this sticks to it so well, it actually can hinder a decent amount of pull when you're trying to really go for that gun in the high stress scenario. So it's a con, but it's surrounded by a lot of really cool things. If you switch out to a Kydex holster with the Velcro on the back, I think you'd be good to go. More pros is the spacing, of course. Plenty of room on the inside. The body armor insert is sold separately, but you can choose then what you're going to put in there. So pros and cons on that end. I think the size again is great. The option for more hooky holsters going inside here in whatever compartments you need is really, really good. The only con is I think some straps here to hold down some of the more valuable items would be great. And again, it's not made to hold hard body armor and the laptop. So if you could find a way to make it hold both, wonderful, but if you put in the soft body, I don't think you're gonna have any problems. So overall, very versatile, a little bit more expensive, but what you're getting is a very sleek, very low profile, very commuter friendly package that I think if that's what you're looking for, this could be the perfect fit. Well, again, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Mira Safety, and we were going over the Viktos Counteract 27. Great bag. Tell us what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want us to cover any more content in the future, we would happily go over it. We want to help you guys in your preparedness journey, so let us know, and we'll see you next time.